All right, what's happening, everyone? It's Adam, and the video quality is not going to look good on me that much at all, simply because I was actually doing other work, and then I came across the video that I'm actually going to show and basically give a reaction to about some guys opening up the new MacBook. Believe it's the 14-inch model, the MacBook Pro. Could have been M1 Pro, M1 Max, or whatever it is, but I was like, okay, I love doing these kinds of videos, these like podcast type or whatever. So I want to give my reaction to that. But beforehand, I came across Mac Rumor's image, and I don't think this is theirs. There's some kind of tweet of them showing it compared to the older MacBook Pro, the M1 models. And right off the bat, yeah, that's definitely a way better screen. And I will say they should have went with the teardrop notch with that notch right there. It doesn't look good. I mean, in my opinion, it does not look good. Now, is it going to ruin the functionality of a MacBook? No, it's not. But really look at that. Like, it looks way bigger. Okay, this is a 14-inch model compared to the 13.3-inch model. But for me personally, if they went with the teardrop notch, if you remember, like the OnePlus, actually, let me look that up real quick so I can show you a comparison of that on why I think it would have been much better. Hold on one second. Okay, y'all remember this right here, the OnePlus 7? Now, I don't know, hopefully these websites aren't, okay, it's just eBay. Thank goodness. I clicked on a good link. But you remember the OnePlus 7, look at that notch right there. Can you imagine if this notch right here was on the new MacBook? It would look so much better. I'm just like, I don't know why Apple, I love Apple, and I can go on a whole tangent with this, so much better than any other product when it comes to functionality and how good their software is with performance. Nobody does it better than Apple as far as overall speediness, adaptiveness, ease of use, etc. But when it comes to the design of their products, horrendous sometimes. And this notch, I'm not feeling it. I know some people are trying to justify it because it costs a lot of money. And this goes with me saying I love Apple products, but this notch is a no-go. But it is going to be better when it comes to the screen real estate overall. I still have to get my hands on it when I get my MacBook Pro, and it's just the M1 Pro. Oh, it's just the M1 Pro. But when I get that model, of course, I'm going to notice differences in the screen real estate and how much better it's going to be for content creation. But yeah, this thing, I mean, come on, I think they could have done a teardrop notch. And we've seen some press releases as well of Tim Cook next to it. And the only thing that got me excited is that SD card right there. I mean, other than that, if you kind of think about it, it does look like it's the older MacBook. Like, I still have one of the MacBooks with the MagSafe charging and the SD card and everything. And I'm just like, man, it's kind of weird how they took pretty much 2 steps back to make 5 giant leaps forward. But it is what it is. Now let's get into the main video, the star of the show, and that is the early MacBook Pro 14-inch unboxing. So hopefully you can hear my audio, but if not, that's okay too.
Go for it.
Okay, saying go for it. I'm curious about the paper and all this and that to see how clean it looks. I hear people talking in the background for some reason. It's like, where are they at? Okay, that thing, all right, even before I get to the rest of this, that thing already looks so much better. I have a feeling this hinge is going to be even better than previous models as well. It looks way more sturdy just off the bat.
Oh, dude, it feels different. It feels vastly different.
Well, yeah, of course. Did you see those fans, the cooling fans in the back? That looks sick. That actually reminds me of the Surface Pro 8, where I think one of my favorite design integrations of the Surface Pro models, especially the Surface Pro 8, that I wish I would have seen on Apple is that more slick, slim bezel instead of it just being like a big old square or something. I like how it's like all around, how it looks like it's all wrapped around the back like that.
You'll have to like.
Of course, the traditional
You'll have
startup.
to pick it up. It just feels different from picking up one of those. Take that off.
Whoa, 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 bro. Take it easy. Whoa, take it off. That I didn't feel right about that. I'm sorry. That was a little weird. And there's no reason to whisper. Like, these are new products. This is not, I don't know where they're at, but it feels like it's like a hacker group. Hopefully they don't see this video. God, I didn't mean anything by it if you are a hacker group. I'm just saying, that was a little goofy, man. He was too excited. He didn't realize it was on. That's all good. I do the same thing. I get too excited with these products sometimes. Yeah, and then the traditional hello. Okay, let me go back real quick. Right there, when I'm looking at the keyboard, oh man, I can't wait. They touched base on the keyboard and the keynote and everything, and you probably even know about this already. But for me, I just think, and I've always liked it even when I got my MacBook Air M1. One of the things about it is I never cared for Touch Bar. I so thought this new MacBook was going to have a touch screen. I'm not sure why Apple is so stingy about that. And I think it goes back to them coming out with a notch like this, as opposed to a teardrop notch, is they're scared that people are going to think that they're copying them or something. And it's like, bruh, nobody owns a teardrop. Like, nobody owns a notch. Like, you guys are doing this. No one's asking for these notches. It's you guys that are doing this. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, you guys can be different and it not just be squared off. And I laugh because I'm like, you think about the engineers at Apple, they're getting paid millions. Like some of the top engineers for product design, easily making 300, 500K a year, million a year, who knows? You know, you can look up all their salaries, but I'm going to have to look up who was the head designer at this MacBook and what team. I mean, I don't know. I just don't. They literally get paid to design this stuff. And so for me, that's my only complaint. I mean, I know a lot of people are probably, you know, complaining about it too, just to be haters. But for me, I'm just looking at it strictly from an innovation standpoint. And actually, if I was getting paid $500K a year to help design a new MacBook, I would have did way better than this. Way better. So I just wonder, like, what was it about Tim Cook's decision to say, yeah, this is the best thing to do? You know, instead of doing a touch screen, a teardrop notch, and keep 120 hertz as the refresh rate. And it's not like iPads are going to go away. In my opinion, I don't think that's like saying iPhones would go away because an iPad has a touchscreen. Like, it's not going to happen. I mean, the iPad mini is one of the biggest selling products ever right now. Like, they're not going away anytime soon. It's just different functionality. And this is such an expensive product that in selling my MacBook Air M1, a lot of people said they're so glad I was selling this or I'm seeing this a lot. I'm selling that for a cheaper price than we could buy that retail at instead of buying the new MacBook Pro. Because the MacBook Pro starting out at the lowest price is $1,999. And I think, I wanted to see if it was 16 gigabytes of RAM. I'm pretty sure starting out the 14-inch model, the one that I got, or that I'm going to get, but you know, whenever it shows up here, probably in like a month. 8-core CPU, 14-core GPU. Yeah, 16 gigabytes of unified memory RAM. So that's what's dope about these, is you can still get an M1 MacBook Air though cheaper with 16 gigabytes of unified memory RAM, cheaper than even this model, because this is just going to be it's a bigger display, better hardware, has ports now, MagSafe 3, all that stuff. So in my opinion, I think it's going to be, this is not a laptop for students in my opinion. This is for people who actually do filmography, documentaries, like the Jimmy Chins of the world, you know, and professional photographers and people who are truly editing, like that is their job, is they're doing commercial work. Like basically, and I'm not trying, I am a tech channel, so I'm kind of dogging myself here, but I'm not afraid to, this is not necessarily for tech YouTubers. This is for the B-roll that people use from Apple for their tech channels. The people that are editing all the B-roll footage for Apple events, that's what this is for. That's the power. But hey, you know, it's kind of like my dream car is a Dodge Challenger, and just because it's, you know, 800, 720 horsepower, doesn't mean I won't use it from time to time. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, that's a whole different topic. So that's it for this video. I just kind of wanted to give my reaction. I think it's sick. It's going to be so worth the money. And let me know in the comments below if you're going to get the MacBook Pro, if you think it's worth it, or if you're just going to get, I don't mean just going to get, but going to get the M1 model, because the MacBook Air M1, best computer I've ever had. And especially with using the Surface Pro 8, which is what I'm recording on with this right now. Not the webcam, but this recording schools it in speed and processing. Anyhow, this was totally random. I had fun doing this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see y'all on the next one.